Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to install night sights, or just change your sights in general, on a pistol. This is my Gen 5 Glock 17, same one I use in my other videos, and the sights I'm going to go with are these True Glow Tritium night sights. So we're going to put those on. It is assembled in the USA, and it fits obviously several Glock models. So I have True Glows on my 19. These are the longer style though. Yes, you can see the tritium in there. And I absolutely love these sights. I think they work phenomenal. So I'm going to do not the same sights, obviously, because these are not the long sights, or like the wider, longer sights. But yeah, I'm excited to try these. I think they're going to look good. So I got them on the packaging. Very good packaging, by the way. It takes a bit to get in there, and you kind of destroy it. So we're going to put these guys on, and then I'm also going to show you guys how to install a mag well. This is just a mag well I got off eBay. It's CNC aluminum. It's really nice. It's actually the same mag well I have on here, because this one is going to go on my 19. So I'll just do that as a little bonus in here. Let's get this off of here. And I believe, yeah, this should just be popped in there. Yep, so we got the front side out. I don't know if you can see it. So there is that little screw on the back. I'm gonna put these off over here on the side in our little, and here's the rear. Yeah, these are gonna look good. So first, let's start with my Glock 19. We'll put that mag well on, because that's a super quick, easy process. So first off, with every firearm, we want to be sure it's empty. Now this one is not empty, because this is what I've been carrying recently. So we're good. Now it's just going to pop right down in here. Now I used to have, not on my 19, but on my 17, before I put its current one on, I had I think it's Magwell brand or a Glock brand. It's a plastic one, and it was not good. Not good. I mean, it did the job, obviously, but I mean, the CNC aluminum is just much better. So you pull it out of the package. It comes with, the only thing you're going to need is the Allen key, which they provide. So it's nice. You don't have to dig through your drawer trying to find the right one. It's going to have this one screw on the back, which out of the box, you can just do it by hand. Now you're going to pop the front end first. So there's kind of this little lip right here. So you got to pop over that. And then it's going to pop in the back here. Sometimes it can be a little difficult. Sorry, it's just a lot easier to do that off camera. So you're going to put the rear in first. I was mistaken. You put the rear in first. It just slides right in that groove. And then I just did this and pressed and pressed and pressed, and it popped right in. So then we're just going to put our set screw in here. Didn't want to go in there. So I had to compress it here to get it lined up. And then you just go. Just like that. You don't have to go super tight. And yeah, it's comfy. Yeah, that's very nice. So yeah, these were like 15 bucks and change on eBay. So I just looked up a Glock Magwell. And all you're going to need for tool-wise for this, so for the front sight, you're going to need one of these little screwdrivers, which you could use a regular wrench with socket if you want. I just happen to already have this, so that's what I'm going to use. So it's just a very shallow little screwdriver here. So we're going to need this guy. And then for the rear, you can do the hammer method. A lot of people do that. I'm not a fan of that method, where you hammer out your old sight, rear sight, and put your new one in with the hammer. I don't like that. So I got a universal pistol rear sight adjustment toolkit. Got this on Amazon. At the time, it was like, I don't know, 40 bucks. I think they're up to like 60 right now. So pop that guy out, and this works great. Super handy. And I have it for any other pistols that I need to use it for, because I've used it to put the sights on my 19 as well. So it comes in a nice pouch. And you got right there. So you have different teeth that you want to put on here. I put these flat ones on because I typically work on my Glocks. So, and I think just flat overall will be better. But if you want to put, because this is what grips into the side of your slide, and you have different ones here. If I can get them out currently. There you go. So they're like, they got a groove on them, different texture, you know, probably just depending on what you're using them for. So I just leave these ones on because, like I said, I typically just work on Glocks. And most pistols are flat anyway. So we'll pull this guy out. And this is going to be a little handle for it. Sorry, I'm trying to watch the camera and do this. So coordination's a little off. So I'm going to take, and this is my We the People Level 2 duty holster. And I will do a video on We the People holsters because I think they're great and I use them on everything. So set that out of the way. And then, again, like the 19, you always want to be sure she is empty. So I know this one's empty because I haven't filled it since I went to the range. But you always want to make sure. So we'll put the mag out of the way. And we need to pull the slide off. So, same breakdown as always. And you don't need to take this off if you just have to do the rear, but since we're doing the front, we have to take the recoil spring assembly and the barrel out. So we can get to the little, you can see it right there, that little bolt right there to get my front side off, and the rear side's just a slide in right here. We'll start with the front. Screwdriver on there. Alright, so we got our little bolt out. It's also magnetized, so that's nice. And we're going to put that guy right there. And then your front sight come right out. So as you can see, it is oblong or oval shaped. So it fits right in that groove. You don't have to worry about it being canted to either side. It'll pop right in there. A little dirty there. Alright. Now, we'll put that sight over there. And we can work on the rear. We'll get this guy out of the way. So I'll pull that out. We're going to open this up. So there we go. Sometimes you gotta add a little pressure to the sides just to get these, because otherwise they like to pop out like that. Right. That should be enough to, to fit our slide. So we want her pretty centered. right about there. Sure she is. Sure to get in the camera. Tie in the bottom. Bring this guy down. Be sure she's tied on top. All right. So as you can see, I have it to where the end of this block here isn't going to hit the slide. It's only going to hit the sight. So if you hit the slide, it's just going to bottom out and it's not going to do anything, and it'll probably just scuff up your slide. So we're going to take this guy. As you can see, it's going to push that sight right out of there. It's not a super quick process, but it gets it done. All right, so now we are all the way over. Take a little bit of slack off of there, and we'll pull this guy back out. And this guy should just pop right off of there. So my rear sight is removed. So we'll throw that guy over there. So now I just have my slide with no sights, and we're going to put the new ones in. So we could start with the rear, but let's just do the front first. So we are going to take our front side, and I should add, it does come with an extra screw in case you do happen to lose it for the front side. So here's my front. Take that little screw out of there. Like I said, it is oblong, so it will just pop right down in there, just like that. And it does already have, you can see it just a little bit of blue Loctite already. Sorry, my hands are a little bit dirty. I just got off work and these showed up. And I didn't want to wait to put it in. So you can see our threads down in there. Yeah, very impatient when it comes to this stuff, so I didn't want to wait long to put these in. All right, you don't have to go too tight, so you don't want to strip it. So our front sight is installed. Now we will start with the rear. So we're going to bring this guy back, and we're going to put this the other way. Back the middle. Oh, actually, what I did forget is you can usually slide these in the groove and get them started. It's just easier to do it that way before you put it in there, in my experience, because otherwise you're trying to fight this, and yeah, so to me it was just easier to do like that. And I drop it, of course. So we're gonna get offset because I know it's gonna need to be over that way. All right, there we go. All right, so we are all in place. Now, same process as taking it out. Just presses it on over. And it is getting tight. gonna check and be sure she's pretty well centered. But she's looking pretty good to me there. So I did notice when I did my 19, I don't know if you can see, my sight is over quite a ways to the right. Because when I was shooting, I was shooting to the left. So to counteract that, I move to the right. I take this with me to the range when I first put sights on to help. I mean, so I can adjust it right there. It's very easy. So if you have one of these, I recommend you bring it to the range and you can just do it all right there. So I was shooting to the left, so I move my sight to the right, so it'd bring my barrel more to the right. So I am off to the left on here, but it shoots perfectly. So I'm going to assume this one is going to do the same, but for now I'm just going to leave it in the center, and that'll be something I just handle at the range. So now give it slack. And we pull her back out. Alright, so now I have my front and rear sights installed on here. And I have a set screw, which I'm going to tighten down. Yeah. I think that's going to work great. I think it cleans up the look a lot. And excited to see how she works. So thank you guys for watching. And all you're going to do now is just put your barrel, your recoil spring back in, throw her back on her side. And that's it for these guys, all put back together. And I'd say they look really nice. And I'm excited to see how they perform. So these ones, in the video they look more green in person, but in real life they look, like to the naked eye, they look very white, about the same as what's on the flag right here. And then when it gets dark, the tritium makes them green. Same with the front. So yeah, I'm really excited to try these. I'm hoping they're going to be as good as the ones I have here on my 19, because these are fantastic sights.